Hey everyone, and welcome back to E-commerce Mastery. Today, we'll be diving into one of the most fundamental features of your Shopify store, collections. Stick around because we'll be going over not only how to create your collection, but also different strategies to keep in mind prior to creating these collections. We will also go over some successful collections that you can use as an inspiration for your store. By the way, if you would like to get started on Shopify, we have a special link down below where you can get your first 3 days free and your first month for only $1. Also, I would like to mention that all the links that we post are affiliate links and we do get a small referral fee if you use them. This helps keep our channel free for viewing, so we'd like to thank you in advance. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get started on our collections. Collections are essentially the backbone of your product list. They help you organize your products into categories so that it is easier for your customer to navigate through your website. When your customer's journey through your site is simple, it makes it that much more likely for them to purchase the product they were looking for. Your collections will be featured on your navigation as parent menu items and subcategories. It is really important for you to create these collections prior to adding any of your products into your store so that you don't have to go back and edit your products to be in a collection, essentially creating yourself double the work. First things first, I recommend brainstorming the list of collections you would like to feature. Obviously, the more products that you intend on listing, the more collections you will probably have. Also, while you're making this list, I do recommend also keeping in mind the different subcategories each collection will have. For the purpose of this video, I will be creating collections based around a t-shirt brand. To create my brainstorming list, first I'm going to write t-shirts, as this will be the main category that all my products will fall under. However, within t-shirts, I'm going to have women's shirts, men's shirts, youth shirts, and toddler shirts. I may also have some sweaters and hoodies, and perhaps some joggers as well. Now, while I take a look at this list, I do know that my women's shirts will include not only regular tees, but also crop tops. I also know that under my men's shirts, I will be having sleeveless shirts, tees, and long sleeves. My sweaters and hoodies will be broken out into 2 different categories, so I do want to create those sub-menu items there. And my joggers will also be categorized within women's and men's. So to go over my example again, let's say your store is an apparel line that sells both tees, hoodies, and pants. You will not only want to create a collection for each of those categories, but you're going to want to think ahead. Will you be selling both women's and men's t-shirts? If so, you're going to want to create collections specifically for those products as well. Your t-shirts will house all of your t-shirts. The collection for men's shirts will house just your men's shirts, and your women's shirt collection will house your women's shirts. As I have done in my brainstorming list, you're going to want to repeat this process for all the products you have. Start broad and niche down. While you want to have a good idea on the types of collections that will be listed, it is highly likely that you will come back and create more collections as you create your menu. That is totally okay and part of the process. So please don't worry if this brainstorming list is overwhelming and you just can't come up with a lot of collection ideas. Now that you've brainstormed your categories, let's get started on creating your collections. From your Shopify dashboard, navigate down to products, and when you click on products, the collection menu item will appear. Click on collections and you will come to this page. From here, I want you to click on the create collection button on the right hand side of the screen. Next, I want you to give your collection a name and add a description. This is your chance to tell your customer what they can expect to find within this collection. Next, you're going to want to choose your collection type, whether that be manual or automated. When you choose manual, you will be manually adding your products to this collection one by one. I typically do not recommend this choice, as you will always have to come back and update each collection as you add more products. It just doesn't make sense for a growing store. The other option is to choose an automated collection. This automatically updates existing and future products into this collection when it matches the conditions you set. When you choose the automated collection type, it's really important that you create conditions that are easy to remember and and clear so that you can continue to add them to each product listing. This will be very important as you grow your brand and you add more and more listings to your store. For choosing your conditions, there are many different options to choose from. You can choose between product title, type, category, vendor, tag, price, weight, inventory, stock, the list goes on and on. My favorite option is to choose the product tag, and I want to make sure that the product tag is equal to tees. From here, I'm going to click save. Once I've created my tee collection, I'm going to go back and create my next collection, which is men's tees. Once again, I'm going to choose the automated collection type, and I want my product tag to not only equal to tees, but I'm also going to add another condition where my product tag is equal to men's. From here, I'm going to save my collection. I'm going to continue this process until I have all my collections set up. I do want to mention that while you're adding these collections, it is important to drop your collection image in this box here. That way, you won't have to come back and add an image later on when you're designing your store. I typically like to leave that section blank for now, as sometimes my themes allow for me to customize my collection images within the theme. However, it is important to get that image in there just in case your theme does not allow for a collection image. Now that you understand how the conditions work, I want to show you how to have your product listing meet these conditions. So let's navigate back to products and create a new listing. I'm going to click add product, and for the purpose of this video, we'll be adding a women's tee to my product list so you can see how I add it into my women's tee collection. So I put the title of my shirt, I'll add in a description here, and I will add in my product image. From here, I'll make sure to add my price, my inventory quantity, and if my product has a SKU, then I would add that in right here. It's really important also to not forget about your weight and any types of variants you may have, such as size, color, style, fit. Just depends on the product listing that you have. So now that I have filled out my product listing, in order to get it to show up in the correct collection, I'm going to tag this product listing with the conditions that I have set before. So for example, this is a women's tee. I want it to show up in my tee category, but I also wanted to show up specifically in the women's tee category. So I am going to tag my product with tees and women's. You can do that on the right-hand side of the screen here under tags. So I'm going to type in tees, click enter, and then I'm going to type in women's and click enter. From there, I will save my product. So now I'm going to navigate back to my collections list. And as you can see here, under my women's collection, I have one product listed. This automatically uploaded into this collection because of these conditions right here, which was my product tag is equal to tees and product tag is equal to women's. And there you have it. My women's tee is now in the right collection. Also, I want you to take note, this t-shirt was now also dropped into my tees collection. This is important because you may want to offer your customers a chance to shop all tees and not just look at women's versus men's tees. By setting up your collections like this, you will be able to give your customers different ways of viewing your product. Since we are here, I definitely want to remind you that it is very important for you to add your collection description and edit the search engine listing at the bottom of the collection page. This is really important to improve your store's visibility to search engines. Now, let's talk about navigation. Collections will play a crucial role in your menu, so you want to make sure you add them right away. You can add to your menu by following these next steps, or if you'd like a more in-depth tutorial, I have one linked down below. In order to add the new collections you have created to your menu, on the left-hand side of the screen, click Online Store and then click Navigation. Here, you will see your main menu and your footer menu already set up. Click on Main Menu. From here, you can decide whether or not you'd like to keep your catalog listed as a parent menu item. I personally do not advise you do that, so I would delete this. Then I would add a new menu item and I would put tees. From here, I would link a collection of all tees, and then I would create another menu item for men's tees, and I would link this collection and add. After I do this, I will drag the men's tees further in and up so that it drops down directly under tees, and I will create another submenu item of women's tees. Make sure to link the right collection and add. From here, here, I will continue the process of linking all the collections I have created. I will make sure that I keep my parent items general and niche down my submenu items. When I'm done, I will click Save. And there you have it, the ultimate guide on creating your Shopify collections in 2024. If you're just getting started on Shopify, please remember that your collections are an essential tool for organizing your store's product list and enhancing your customer experience. Setting up your collections prior to adding your product listings will save you so much time and be less of a headache. If you haven't started on Shopify yet, we do have a special link down below where you can get your first 3 days free and your first month for only $1. You would sign up on this site, just enter your email address, and you'll be good to go. Also, be sure to check out the links below to all of our favorite e-commerce tools. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video and want to see more, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much, and see you next time.